Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak, and what the hell was that? Welcome back to Assassin's Creed. In the last episode, we took care of Jerusalem's rich district. This time we're going to be dealing with
Rise and shine. We've got quite a day ahead of us.
You're in a good mood this morning.
Miss Stillman has made some modifications to the Animus. You should be able to remain inside even longer now.
And help you with your treasure hunt.
This is serious business, Mr. Miles. I don't think you fully appreciate the work that Abstergo does.
Maybe because I don't actually know what you people do.
We change the world. Every day, in 100 different ways. Did you know that nearly every single breakthrough of the past millennia, be it medical, mechanical, or philosophical, has come from Abstergo or its predecessors?
That's a bold claim, Doc. Think you might be exaggerating a bit?
Not in the slightest. Oh, we certainly don't take the credit. That would arouse far too much suspicion. We choose our beneficiaries with great care.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? It means we're in control.
But how? What makes you guys so special, so smart? That you happen to invent all these things while us mere mortals stumble around like idiots?
To be fair, we don't invent them. We find them.
Find them?
They're gifts, Mr. Miles. From those who came before. We'll have to continue this discussion later. Time's wasting.
Interesting. So Abstergo is a huge conglomerate, kind of like that sunglass.
Hi.
It's kind of like that sunglasses corporation that owns like every brand of glasses, like known to man. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, so now we're going to steal Vidic's pen so that later we can use it to access his emails and see what the good old doctor has in store for old Desmond to find out. It's interesting that Vidic told Desmond all that. It's like he's planning on getting rid of Desmond at the end of this. Because like, who else would, why else would he tell him if he wasn't planning on killing us, right? So anyway, we're going to move on to memory block. I believe this is 4.
Come in, Altair. You've done well. 3 of the 9 lay dead, and for this you have my thanks. But do not think to rest upon your laurels. Your work has just begun.
I am yours to command, Master.
King Richard, emboldened by his victory at Acre, prepares to move south towards Jerusalem. Saladin is surely aware of this, and so he gathers his men before the broken citadel of Arsuf.
Would you have me kill them both then? End their war before it begins in earnest?
No. To do so would scatter their forces and subject the realm to the bloodlust of 10,000 aimless warriors. It will be many days before they meet, and while they march, they do not fight. You must concern yourself with a more immediate threat. The men who pretend to govern in their absence.
Give me names and I'll give you blood.
So I will. Abu'l Nuqoud, the wealthiest man in Damascus. Majduddin, regent of Jerusalem. William of Montferrat, liege lord of Acre.
What are their crimes?
Greed, arrogance, the slaughter of innocents. Walk amongst the people of their cities. You'll learn the secrets of their sins. Do not doubt that these men are obstacles to the peace we seek.
Then they will die.
Another of your items is restored. Take it. See that it is put to good use. Return to me as each man falls, that we might better understand their intentions. And Altair, take care. Your recent work has likely attracted the attention of the city guard. They'll be more suspicious than they've been in the past.
And with that, we got some more techniques, such as the ability to catch ourselves when falling, and the all-powerful grab break, which is outstanding. Now, we can, I believe we're going to be learning how to use it in the courtyard, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go take a quick trip over there.
Altair, it
Shouldn't
seems
take
my students
too
not
long,
fully understand
and if
what it
you
is to
want
wield
to
the
just
blade.
skip this
Perhaps you could show them
whole
what you know.
training ordeal, you could just press the start button and skip that way. Like right now, you could just start the fight and press start, call it a day. And that's what the guard break looks like, and we don't have to deal with the rest of it. That's pretty neat. Here's a flag that I found mysteriously, and yep, that's about it. Oh, no, it's not about it. I forgot about this one too. Now it should be about it. And since we've been all over the place, we can now instant travel to wherever we want. So we're going to start off with Damascus, just because that's the first area that we've been to previously. So we're going to do that again, and you just got to suffer through a loading screen, call it a day. Damascus is always a fun city to go around. And what Al-Mualim was mentioning earlier on is that the guards are now more suspicious of you, meaning that they will probably find you more or notice you a lot easier than before. They actually hit harder now as well. Just some things to keep in mind when running around these cities now is that the guards will spot you a lot easier and hurt you a lot more. They'll do a lot more damage. But if you're just playing like I am, I guess you're still fine. The guards aren't too bad. They're not really anything to worry about at the moment. It's definitely not until the next time they get a buff is when they're going to be a little more of an issue. So right now we're going to head over to the Assassin's Bureau. We're not really going to be dealing with any of the civilians that we're going to be finding. I believe we're heading into the Middle District at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Middle District is next. If it's not Middle District, then I think it's Rich District, but that's one of two, right? So I'm going to place my bet on the Middle District, most definitely, as the next one, I think. I definitely wasn't paying attention to anything Al-Mualim was saying at all. So I don't know if he mentioned where we're going or not, but our informer will, our bureau head will most definitely tell us the way to go. So, let's just keep a mindful ear out to catch where we're going real quick. And if not, I'm just going to show you on the map anyway, so it's not even that big a deal. So yeah, we're going to head right in, call it a mission.
Altair, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Whose life do you come to collect today? His name is Abu'l Nuqoud. What can you tell me about him? Oh, the merchant king of Damascus. Richest man in the city. Quite exciting, quite dangerous. I envy you, Altair. Well, not the bit where you were beaten and stripped of your rank, but I envy everything else. Oh, except for the terrible things the other assassins say about you. But yes, aside from the failure and the hatred, yes, aside from those things, I envy you very much. I do not care what the others think or say. I'm here to do a job. So I ask again, what can you tell me about the Merchant King? Only that he must be a very bad man if Al-Mualim has sent you to see him. He keeps to his own kind, wrapped in the finery of this city's noble district. A busy man, always up to something. I'm sure if you spend some time amongst his type, you'll learn all you need to know about him. And where would you have me begin my search? If I were you, I'd start with the Umayyad Mosque and Souq Saruja, both of which are west of here. Further to the northwest is Salahaddin's Citadel. It's a popular meeting spot and has proved a reliable source of loose tongues in the past. Yes, these three places should serve your needs. My thanks for your guidance, Rafiq. I'll return when I've gathered the necessary information.
Alrighty, so now we're going to be heading around to see if we can find anything on Abu'l Nuqoud, who is our next target. He is one of the more memorable guys just because he... Oh, we're going to the Rich District. Ah, shoot. Okay, so Middle District is the last one. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to be taking on the Merchant King. He's one of the more memorable ones, I feel. To me, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who finds him interesting as a target to take out, or someone to just like look at. I wonder if this is a real person that had lived at some time, like the Merchant King, richest man in Damascus during this time. I don't know. Everything I've looked up just now in like the few minutes that I was just staring at my phone all has to do with Assassin's Creed, which is really annoying about this series. Is that like whenever you want to like learn about someone, it up for the, like if it's not like already someone extremely known, it's gonna be like talking to you about like the video games, which isn't a good source to like learn about interesting historical people. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what kind of records would be on the Merchant King other than like his wares or like inventory or something, or if he did do the atrocities that he's done in this game. But you know, that's what I'm interested in trying to figure out, really. I feel like these guys aren't like anything to like, I don't know, if I were to like do a character section, like thinking about, like I still have to write the review, but if I had to think about it, like I probably wouldn't really necessarily spend too much time on these guys like I would maybe Desmond or Vidic or Lucy or something. Although you don't really see a lot of Vidic, Lucy, and Desmond, they are still more important to the plot than the 9 targets are, except for, of course, Robert de Sable, who is the main target that we're looking to kill in this game. He's the big boy, so I probably spend a little time on him. But like, you don't really see Robert at all. You see him in the beginning of the game, and you don't see him until like the end of the game. You actually see him about the same amount of time as you see King Richard, which is dumb funny. King Richard is in this game. King Richard was the king during the Third Crusades, right? That's when this time period takes place, if I'm not mistaken. So he's pretty interesting. I don't know too much about King Richard, other than the Third Crusades and that he was a Duke of Normandy. Other than that, like I don't. Apparently, he was also the Lord of Cyprus, which is pretty interesting, and a bunch of other shit. I mean, what I really know of the Third Crusades really is just the Battle of Arsuf, which does come from this game. Also, I guess he's King Richard the Lionheart, which I have heard of in history classes before. So he is definitely an important figure in history, which is interesting. Yeah, Saladin. Let's see. Was noted and celebrated victories were his most noted and celebrated victories were against Saladin, the Muslim leader during the Third Crusade. Interesting. Yeah, Saladin doesn't really play a huge part in this, other than the fact that like he's the Muslim leader against King Richard. Like other than that, like it's more about Robert and the assassins trying to take out the Templars and stuff. It doesn't really, it like takes place during the Third Crusades, but it doesn't like hone in on like what's going on in the Crusades, like what maybe 3 or 4 or Unity. Well, actually, 4 wasn't a wartime. I was gonna say like, sorry, 4 is the pirate game, which is one of my favorite games. I'm sorry, I meant Rogue. I think Rogue has a little bit to do with the French and Indian War, but even that isn't like really touched upon. That game doesn't really have much to do with the French and Indian War. Actually, no, the French and Indian War was in 3. Fuck. Was it? Shit, I can't remember. It was, I think. Because Rogue takes place before 3, timeline-wise. I'm like talking like Animus timeline, not like modern day. Shit. Huh. Now I'm talking out of my ass. Oh well, whatever. Point is, this game doesn't really talk much about the war, or doesn't really show much about the war like some of the other Assassin's Creed games do. Like Unity does with the French Revolution, or what the fuck? What was it? Like 3 does with the whole plot about the Revolutionary War, you know. Even Chronicles Russia, like that takes place during World War II, if I'm not mistaken. even that doesn't really, like Unity showed a lot more about World War II than Chronicles did. Like, it's weird to think about. So yeah, that was interesting.
Is that the last of them?
So in the other day, I think it was like Tuesday, I was in one of my art classes. I think it's graphic design was the class.
I'll leave it again anytime soon either.
And we're doing this project where we had to like,
Be assured.
this is the first day of class. We were like doing a project to like get to know each other, like all the classmates or whatever. So we did something like we had to like look through like magazines and like cut out 1-inch squares and like place them in a timeline, or in like a line to in like 2 lines to sorry, what the fuck, in 2 rows. I think it was like 14 pictures, and then we had to like just present them and then like see what people would like think about us through our images or whatever. Pretty cool idea. And what was really funny is that one of the like, without even thinking, like one of the first magazines I'd like pick up was a Game Informer issue. It was the Assassin's Creed Origins Game Informer issue, like 2 years ago, like 2017, I think. I don't remember what month it is. I don't have that knowledge like off the top of my head. That'd be really sad if I did. But like I didn't even like mean to pick it. It was like the first magazine I saw, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll look through this one, whatever. Wasn't really paying attention, so I was grabbing it, and I was like flipping through it. Like once I realized it was Game Informer, I was like started flipping through it, like reading the articles and stuff, and like finding how cool it was. But like on the back of that particular issue, there's a timeline of the Assassin's Creed games in order up until Origins, which I found really fascinating. That they did that. And apparently this is the 2nd game in the series, chronologically, other than Origins. Yeah, so it'd be Origins, and then I guess now it would be Odyssey, right? So it'd be Origins, Odyssey, Creed, and then it would be the PSP version, Bloodlines, which takes place in Cyprus, which is neat. And then it's the movie, which I don't care about, and it's 2. And then there's apparently another Assassin's Creed movie that I didn't know about that takes place in Spain. What? Oh wait, no, wait, what the fuck is Assassin's Creed Lineage? Alright, cool. Yeah, well then it's the Ezio trilogy. And then there's another film, apparently. There are 3 Assassin's Creed films? What the fuck? Called Embers. What? Yeah, then it's Chronicles China, which makes sense because you're playing as fuck, I'm spacing out on her name. The chick who met Ezio when he was like 60. I forgot her name. And then there's some comics. Black Flag takes place, and then it's Freedom Cry, which is the expansion. Then it's Rogue. Liberation is really good. I like that one. 3 Unity. Oh wait, Liberation takes place before? Really? Wait, Liberation? I thought it took place during the same time as 3. I thought they were played at the same time. It says here though, 1760s, and then 1770s in the 3, which I guess makes sense. But Connor's in Liberations too. But fuck, I don't even remember. I'd have to play through that game again. Honestly, it's been a minute. I like that game though, so I won't mind playing through that one again. Especially for this channel. Unity, and then it's another comic, and then India, Syndicate, another comic, Creed, Chronicles Russia, and then the last comic takes place in 1920. Oh, I'm sorry, Russia takes place in World War I. Apologies, not World War II. My bad. 1918, not 1940. And then apparently the most recent timeline in the Assassin's Creed games is 1926 in Connecticut, which is a comic book called The Chain. Assassin's Creed The Chain. So that's interesting. Apparently this magazine did not count the mobile games or the DS games. It looks like I don't see anything other than... Apparently there were 3 Assassin's Creed films. I didn't know that. I only thought there was 1. That's interesting. Damn it, now I'm curious. Fuck. All right, let's look up these films real quick while I'm. So yeah, that movie bombed apparently, or it didn't do very good.
Thank you.
Shit, what was that one
Thank
called?
you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Lineage. Okay, let's look up Assassin's Creed. Lineage. Oh, okay, so it's a TV series apparently. It's a series of 3 short films based on Assassin's Creed 2. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that then. That sounds pretty good. And then the last film is Embers, apparently. So I am interested in that. Embers, which is a 2011 film. It's like a short cartoon, and it looks like it takes place when Ezio was an old man. Interesting. Okay, so it's like, so Embers apparently is a short film that's included as a bonus in the Revelations, in certain different editions of Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is probably why I didn't know about that, because I only have like the beta version of Revelations, which is actually interesting because it looks like it takes place with Ezio when he's an old man, when he meets I am blanking on her goddamn name. the Chinese assassin that you play as in Chronicles China. Fuck, what's her name? Whew, damn, I don't remember what her name was. Like, not even like I can't. Oh, shit, was it Jun? 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 Fuck. Oh man, it's been a long time. Who is the assassin in Chronicles China? You play as da 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 da. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Stupid phone is loading. You play as Shao Jun. Yep, I was right. Ooh. Memory. my memory's decent. Shao Jun, that's what her name is. Or Jun, sorry. Right? I don't know, I don't speak whichever version of Chinese that is. Mandarin? Cantonese? I don't know, man. I don't speak it, that's all I know. Alright, boy. I don't speak the language that the Israel/Syria speaks either. Alright, so beats the fuck out of me. I don't even know what language they speak now I think about it. I was thinking it's like Hebrew. Hebrew is a language, right? But I don't know if that's what they speak in Israel. I mean, it might be. I don't know. Wow, I sound really dumb right now. I'm not familiar with like this area of the world. Like, I don't know much about it.
I hope so.
So,
best not to take any chances.
forgive my ignorance.
I really hope. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon.
It would be cool though. Like, I wouldn't mind learning
You've
about
done me a kindness,
Israel
young
and
man.
Syria
Be
and
assured,
like the Holy
I won't
Land, and,
forget it.
the Middle East as well. Like, I wouldn't mind learning more about that part of the world. I feel like we don't really spend a whole lot of time history-wise, like in the classes and stuff, like in that area of the world, other than like the Fertile Crescent. Like, once we like, I shit you not, like the American school system, like from what I remember back in high school and middle school and stuff, the only real time we spent in like the Holy Land area, in like that area of the world, was like ancient times, like the fucking Holy Crescent or whatever, like the area of the world where it's fuck, God damn, I feel horrible right now because like I can't remember jack shit from history all that time ago. But that's all I remember from it. Like we didn't really spend a lot of time during the Crusades, the Third Crusades, in class. Like I remember learning about King Richard the Lionheart, but that's about it. Like I like hardly anything. That or I was just a horrible student during Global. And I'm going to assume it was Global 1, because Global 2, I remember a lot more, actually. I remember a lot more of like the 1300s and 14 and 1500s. Like the 12, 13, 14, 15th centuries. Like I remember a lot more from like that time period than I do the fucking ancients of like 1100s. Then again, I guess like what this game takes place in 11 something, right? 1190 something, probably something like that. Isn't that during the Middle Ages, like the Dark Ages? Which I guess would make sense why there isn't that much history during that time, because King Richard was in the middle of the Crusades and he was spending a whole shit ton of money. So like that's why there wasn't a lot of history or like a lot going on in England at the time, at least to my knowledge of it, because like Richard was gone doing Richard stuff. And I forget who is taking his place during this time. If Disney has anything to do with it, it would be King John, right? The fucking lion who wants to kill Robin Hood. Why is that Disney taught me more about history than history did? Than Global One did. That was an interesting movie. I like that one. Oh, beautiful. Sorry, I forgot that I got a good camera angle of that, of the leg snapping. Beautiful. What was I gonna say? Like I don't know. Like I like old Disney movies, but like I haven't seen all of them. It doesn't help that my girlfriend refuses to watch some of them with me. It's like she refuses to watch Dumbo with me. Like I don't know why that is. And like she refuses to watch Bambi with me too. Like that's another one that she like insists on not watching with me, like for whatever fucking reason. I mean, like I don't know why she doesn't want me to watch that movie, like those movies in particular. But like I like Pinocchio and I like Peter Pan and I like Robin Hood. Robin Hood was nice. Although it was funny that like that movie was like really but the animation quality in that movie was really weird compared to like some of the other Disney movies. Now I don't know much about Disney's history, but I figured during that time it was like really what's the word? Like not a good time period for Disney, like financially wise, which is why like they use a lot of not really animation, but they use a lot of the same animations that they did in other movies, like in The Jungle Book with the dance, and how in Robin Hood they use the same dance animation for like different characters, but it's like you can see the same motions and stuff. But like I don't know like the history behind it. But like even like the quality of like the line art in that movie, I remember being like really rough and sketch-like. And like, that's like the only Disney movie I can think of that looks like that, like Robin Hood does. At least to my knowledge. Like I said, I haven't watched them all, so I don't know exactly all the Disney movies and what they look like. But that one really stuck with me because I like that rough, sketched out look that some of the characters had going on with them. Which is pretty, like that, like cheap styling, but like it was Disney cheap. Like it wasn't even like shitty cheap. Like like 70s anime cheap. Like it's like it was like Disney's fluid animation, but like it looked rough and like sketchy and like I don't know, it just looked cool. Pretty cool look to the whole animation behind Robin Hood. And its feel, which is like why I kind of like that movie quite a bit, like the whole art style. I don't really care for the story, you know, it's like it's just Robin Hood but with animals and the snake. The snake was my favorite character. I can't remember his name. Oh yeah, that's the guy I threw into the wall and he died and I was like, what the fuck? That just happened. Okay, whatever. Threw that guy into the wall and he died. Granted, like I understand that could be a possibility, like you hit your head hard enough and like you just knock the fuck out, but like that guy just straight up died. Like he went limp, just went out. That was funny. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, Disney, right. Yeah, my favorite character was a snake, and I forgot the snake's name. But I forgot, like, how helpless he was. Excuse me, sorry, it's kind of late. It's like midnight. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still recording.
Away with you.
But anyway, yeah, so that movie stuck with me. There's some other Disney movies that, like, I really loved as a kid, like, growing up. Like, my favorite Disney movie is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame. I don't speak French, so, but I try to pronounce things to the best of my ability. Like if I know how to say acre the right way, which I don't, so I try not to. Whatever. The point is like I try to say words in their like language to the best of my ability. I don't know why I do that. I just feel like that's just the right way to say it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm weird. But I don't do that with everything, too. Like, because I call Spain, Spain. Like, I don't call it... What's in Spanish? España? Like, you know, like, I don't say it in, like, Spanish. Like, I say it in English, you know. Or, like, France. Like, I don't call it France, you know. I say France. It's like the English way to say it. But like I'm weird though. But like cause like I'll look at like Notre Dame and like I won't say Notre Dame. I'll say Notre Dame. You know, like I'll say it the way like it's intended to be said to the best of my ability. Like I said, I don't really speak French. Je ne parle français. You know, like I don't speak French. I'm really bad at it. I tried learning. I can say I am Batman and I'm a grapefruit in French. That's about it. That's like the extent of my French abilities. And I can only say I am Batman and I am a grapefruit because that was like a French inside joke for our class. Just to get you guys in on the inside joke real quick. Not that it's gonna go anywhere. But way back when, I think it was like freshman year of high school, I took French 1 along with Spanish, whatever. It was like Spanish 2 or Spanish 3. No, Spanish 2, because Spanish in my school was, in middle school was 1A, 1B for 7th and 8th grade. That's right. That's what it was. But, so it was Spanish 2, French 1. So I was taking 2 languages back in freshman year. French and Spanish. And I was in a class with an old friend of mine, and we would just crack jokes all day in French, which didn't help that whole not knowing how to speak French thing, because I didn't learn how to speak French. I'm really bad at speaking French. I can kind of read it, like I can look at the words and like pronounce the words, but I don't know what they mean, if that makes any sense. Except for some words where like, you know, like water, lo, and whatever. Like I can like look at some words and like pick up like what it is that they mean, but I have to like read them. Like I can't pronounce or like speak in full sentences because I don't have a good structure of learning French. Like I would love to relearn French. French would be a really cool language to learn. But so my French teacher, she would play a little game with us to help us learn like vocabulary words and like phrases and stuff. It's kind of like bingo. So like every chapter or so, she would play bingo with us to like help us learn the vocabulary words or whatever. And she always had, the last column was always miscellaneous, just like whatever it is that we could come up with. And at the time, I forget which Dark Knight movie was coming out. I think it was Rising. It was either Rising or The Dark Knight had just come out. I don't remember when that movie came out. But Batman was huge. Like, just big. So the joke was that me and Sam would always look at each other and we'd be like, I'm Batman, you know, like, like we would just say it, just joking around or whatever. And we'd say it like as deep as we could and whatever, just to dick around or whatever. So one day, my friend goes to our French teacher's like, how do you say Batman in French? And my French teacher is puzzled. She's like, well, the way the French say it is Batman. So Sam looked at her and goes like, if I want to say I am Batman, it would be Je suis Batman. She's like, yeah, it would be Je suis Batman. You know, like whatever, Batman. So the joke became, I am Batman, Je suis Batman. So that was like every chapter for French 1, it was always Je suis Batman, was always on there. That was like one of the choices we got to pick from. And then eventually we learned how to say grapefruit, which is just one of the vocabulary words. And that one stuck out because the word for grapefruit is pamplemousse. And that's such a great word. Pamplemousse. So we ended up we made a joke using the I am Batman and the word pamplemousse, and it was just I am grapefruit. So now I know how to say Je suis pamplemousse and Je suis Batman. And you know, like all the other basic stuff like je m'appelle and whatever, and whatever fucking other like French words that you learn French, like the second or third week of French 1, like, you know, like just the basic shit, what you learn. But that will always stick with me. The whole Je suis Batman, Je suis pamplemousse thing will always stick with me. Real quick, I realized that I can fight with the Hidden Blade here. But I also learned that you can only counterattack with the Hidden Blade. Now, the Hidden Blade is a weapon that you can use in this game to fight enemies with. It is an instant kill. You will kill any enemy, at least to my knowledge. You can kill Templars with one hit and one shot. I've only done it one boss, so like I can't really say it one shot kills bosses. I don't really know. I'm going to assume it does though. But some of these animations are really gruesome. Like that one right there, where he stabs the guy in the face and then like punches him down on the ground. Pretty neat. Just know that the Hidden Blade cannot block. So if you're going to be using the Hidden Blade in this game, make sure you get your timing down, because the timing is a little off with the Hidden Blade. It's not the same. It's not as lenient as it is with the sword or dagger. It is a lot stricter in its countering, which I'm fine with because, again, it is a one-hit kill with the Hidden Blade. Every counter you do with the Hidden Blade will kill an enemy. Altair will not stun them, will not throw them to the ground. He will just straight up stab them and they will die. It is probably the most powerful weapon that you get if you know how to use it, if you're good at using it. I am not good at it. This is actually the first time I kind of realized I can counter with the Hidden Blade. So naturally I'm going to test it out. So you're going to be seeing me throughout the remainder of this playthrough dicking around with the Hidden Blade and trying my best to counter everything and killing guards and stuff with the Hidden Blade. Like I said earlier, it is really challenging to use the Hidden Blade. You can still grab enemies and throw them, so if you're trying to like whittle the enemy down, you can throw them into the pillars like that, or throw them into walls and kill them with the Hidden Blade that way. But just know, Altair and his Hidden Blade are one-hit kills. The timing is hard to get down, it's hard to master, but once you do, it's
He's not the last of them.
it's a one-hit kill all the time.
Still, best not to take any chances.
Sorry about that. I remembered
Think I'll
that
leave it again anytime
was
soon,
something
either.
that I wanted to talk about
You've done me a kindness, young man.
for this.
Be assured,
So I felt
I
like
won't
breaking
forget
that
it.
French tangent was rather necessary. But I'm glad I kind of said that story, because that was just... I always laugh when I think about French, because like, although I may not be able to speak it, you know, that's always just a really funny memory of French class and my teacher and friends and stuff. Although I didn't like my high school all too much, or like a lot of the people in my high school, I did enjoy the teachers that my high school had. Like, a lot of them were great. I feel like I made some pretty strong bonds with a few people, albeit I may no longer be the best of friends with some of them. Like, I haven't talked to a lot of them in a long time. I still feel like if I were to get around to messaging them or something, or like calling them or something, I'm sure like nothing would have changed. But yeah. Je suis pamplemousse, je suis Batman. We all know how to say these in French now. Oh man. How the fuck did I get on French? Oh yeah, not Notre Dame. I was talking about Disney movies. That's right. Yeah, The Hunchback of Notre Dame is my favorite Disney movie. It's one that I end up singing quite a lot. Like, I love the music in that movie. That movie is really great. I think I have the VHS somewhere in my house. Like, if I look for it, I might have. I don't know if I have Hunchback 1 or Hunchback 2. I don't remember. I have one of them, though. Definitely one of them on VHS. I know I have it somewhere. But yeah, that was my favorite Disney movie growing up. I know some people say, like, Lion King or Little Mermaid or Beauty and the Beast. Those movies. Like, my favorite is Notre Dame. I love Notre Dame. That's my favorite Disney movie of all time. I don't think that one can be beat. Lion King is like a good second. I love that movie to death too, but fucking Notre Dame is where it's at. I think like the Gargoyles are really the only like weak link to that movie. But like, now thinking about it, like, I can't tell if like they exist or if they're just in Quasi's head, you know, like like, I can't tell. But I think I remember them actually like physically touching people. Like, I think I remember them like physically being an obstacle to certain characters, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't remember. It's been a minute since I've watched that movie. It's been like a year or so. Another one of the tangents of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies of all time, probably my favorite movie of all time, is The Beverly Hills Ninja. I don't know if anyone has seen that movie. That movie is fucking great. Fight me. Alright, that movie is fantastic. I love that movie. Chris Rock is in it, and Chris Farley are in it. And they are fucking hilarious in that movie. My God, that movie is so funny. That's definitely my favorite movie. I love the scene. I think I make it a point to watch that movie like at least once a year. Like, I think I didn't watch it last year, but I'm definitely gonna watch it this year sometime. But fuck, that movie is so funny. I love the scene where they're like Farley is like dressed up as like a sushi chef, and like the gang shows up and starts blowing the place away with like Uzis and shit, and the dude just whips out 2 giant fish and starts smacking the shit out of people with it. And he's in like disguise and shit. Oh my God, that stripper scene. My fucking God, that stripper scene kills me every time, dude. Oh my God, that movie is so funny. Oh, fuck, that's a really good movie. If you haven't seen Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley, fucking watch it. It's cheesy and corny, but it's really funny. Like, a lot of the jokes like just are really funny. One of my favorite jokes is thanks, asshole. Like it fucking kills me every time, dude. Thanks, asshole. Oh my god. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into the game. We're gonna do the missions now. Now that we're done doing synchronization, saving all the civilians. So let's listen in.
The last of it has been delivered.
Good. Make sure he also knows it wasn't easy arranging a shipment like this.
It's only wine. Some can be fickle in their faith.
Your holy book says something on the subject, I believe. Leave them that they may eat and enjoy themselves, and that hope may beguile them, for they will soon know. And never did we destroy a town that had a term made known.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind it. Be about your business.
As you wish.
Alrighty, so the Merchant King is preparing for a large feast. One that will not go diabolically at all. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Guy is super memorable. At least to me, he's memorable. I don't know. Oh, man. To quickly explain that thanks, asshole joke from the movie, there's a part where Chris Farley is driving a car and he gets cut off, or he cuts someone off, and the guy drives by and goes, thanks, asshole! And Chris goes, you are welcome! And then later on, like a few scenes later, he parks the car and there's a valet and he says, thanks, asshole, to the dude, and it was just fucking funny.
There's a problem. I need your advice.
What is it?
This morning, I went to hang the lanterns for the party.
And this troubles you why?
I forgot to remove the scaffold.
Forgot it where?
Just outside the Merchant King's quarters, above the balcony. What if it falls? He could be hurt.
Too late to do anything about it now. Just hope it isn't noticed. You can deal with it tomorrow.
So there are some precarious scaffolding around the Merchant King's quarters, which will allow us to have easy access, or an easy way to get to him, possibly. That's good. Good to know. Although I find these super repetitive, I do like that they that the game like has little cutscenes that like it's an attempt of an investigation, I guess, is the best way to put it. I figured this part was too long, so I just cut out some like fighting. That was like I fought like one guy and then like another group came. It was annoying.
You want information about the city, I suppose? Right now, I don't have time. I must find some flags which have been stolen from our cache in the rich district of Damascus. But with this heat, my legs cannot carry me anymore. Would you be kind enough to help me? Return with the flags, and I'll help you as best I can.
So this one is just another simple flag mission. It's not too bad. You just run around, collect some flags, and call it a day. The time loops in this game don't really aren't well, to me they're not really that like they don't really hinder you all too much, honestly. I think the only time I ever feel like pressured by the clock is some of the informer missions where you have to kill some of the guards. Like there's one where you have to kill like 5 guards or something, and like that one I guess I felt like a little pressured by, because you got like more than enough time. By the way, it's not even like you're ever gonna be pressed for time at any point. At least I haven't ever been pressed for time every time I play this game. But like it can get a little stressful with the time when the clock goes down. But whatever, it's fine.
Thank you. The Rafik will be happy to see these flags returned. Perhaps this morsel of information will help you. I was invited by Abu'l to one of his lavish parties. I noticed the fountain in the middle of the Merchant King's palace could be easily climbed. Use this information wisely. Now, if you'd excuse me, I must go.
So the fountain is in the middle of the courtyard, can be scaled. So apparently you can scale the fountain. I didn't realize you could do that. Mostly because when I play this game, I kind of just like zone out when the people are talking to me. I guess that's cool or whatever, but I'd rather not touch that fountain. Like at all, honestly. You'll know why when we get there. But anyway. What the fuck was I talking about before? I was like zoning out there for a second. I kind of forgot. Wasn't happened that important, honestly. So yeah, that last fight was like one of those, you kill one guy and like another group shows up and shit. It's fucking annoying.
He spent his own coin to see us fed and clothed. His men tend to the fires that we might be warm. His kindness knows no bounds. Everything we now have, we have because of him. The Merchant King provides for one and all. He asks for nothing in return. Let his generosity serve as an example to us all. Everyone should strive to be as he.
This guy is preaching about the Merchant King. But since I killed all the guards, I guess I can just beat the shit out of him right here. So, you know. And these missions are always easy. That guy does 2 hits. So be careful. Like, now these guys are starting to do 2 hits. Which frightens me.
I'll talk. I've no interest in dying for him. His coin's not worth my life.
A wise decision.
What is it you want?
I have business with the Merchant King.
Huh? Good luck with that. He rarely leaves his chambers.
Why? Is he afraid?
Not fear. Hate. He hates himself as much as he hates the people he pretends to serve. Locks himself away in his personal quarters out of shame.
He can't stay hidden forever.
No. Those celebrations of his. He comes out to speak, to look down upon the people. A sense of belonging, I suppose. However brief.
What's wrong with him that he would hide like this?
You'll see. Now let me go.
Let you go? So you can tell him of my plan?
I won't say a thing.
No, you won't.
Merchant King will come out and speak to his people during his feast. All right, cool. So he will definitely be there when I show up to murk the boy. Alrighty. So yeah, that was one of those fights that just like kept getting longer and longer. Though I just decided that it'd be better if I didn't show it to you guys because the video's already long. You know, like you know what I mean. Like it's already an hour and something. Like the probability of someone like waiting around this long in this video is already slim to none, but like let alone watching another like super long fight. I figured like in case anyone were to get here, and if you did, thank you. Hello. Thank you for sticking with me in my weird ramblings, my nonsensical stories and shit. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to make the video any longer than it really needs to be. So, and right here is the pickpocketing mission, so we're just gonna eavesdrop to them.
It was good of you to come.
It is an honor to serve. What do you require?
The letter I've given you must be brought to Salah ad-Din's camp. Seek out the one they call Hisham. He will be able to help, but tell no one else of this.
None will know my mission.
Then our business is concluded.
You know what's funny? I thought that this playthrough would be really hard to commentate over because there's so much dialogue in it. Like there's a lot of characters speaking and shit. And I like to stay quiet when people are talking because like I don't like talking over other people when they're talking. So like it makes me not feel weird, but like I clam up when people start talking. But like looking at my timeline right now, I filled in quite a lot of it with just ramblings and shit. Like that's a long, that's like a good like half to 40 minutes worth of like dialogue just right there, like non-stop talking. I feel like that's pretty impressive. You know, for someone who doesn't like speak too much, generally, other than like with friends or whatever, but like like in public or like in class or whatever. Like I don't really speak. I'm always like the quiet guy who just kind of sits there and doesn't do much. Yeah. But like once you get me going, I guess I do get going, right? I don't know. I guess I'm weird like that. Whatever. That's nothing to be ashamed of, I guess.
Altair, my friend, my brother. It's been such a long time. Any news of Ada since she left? No. How sad. I'm sure you'll find her someday. I've heard a feather is lying on top of Abu'l Nuqoud's head. Maybe I could help you. But I have a mission myself. I have 4 targets I must eliminate before noon. Let's cooperate, just like old times. 2 for you, 2 for me. They are Abu'l Nuqoud's personal guards. You will spot them in minutes.
If I had a way to play PSP games, I would definitely. I have a few games I would like to record. Like I have Metal Gear Portable apps. Like I haven't played that game, and I would love to play that game. And like chronologically, I guess that game is next in the series, which is what I'm trying to do. Like for those of you who don't know that I like Metal Gear, and I like to play them chronologically because I get like a cool story out of it. You know, and I know like that game's not really canon, but whatever, it's cool. It takes place in between Peace Walker and 3, so whatever, I don't care. But like I want to play Bloodlines, and that's another game I want to pick up. But like I don't have a PSP. I don't have a way to record a PSP. So that would be cool. Like I guess I can save up to do that. But I don't know like what the best way to record from a PlayStation Portable is, or whether it'd be better to emulate and record off a computer or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And I guess I have to do some research on it. But we just killed 2 guards for that guy who apparently Altair knows and I don't. It seems like Altair is looking for something or someone. And I know like historically like the assassins had like birds or whatever, so I'm willing to assume it's a bird. But I don't know.
Wasn't that great? Just like in Alep, you remember? Here's something I found on one of the Merchant King's men. I think it's a map of where he has stationed his guards. I'm sure it will come in handy in your mission. Anytime you're in Damascus, come see me. You know my door is always open to you. Safety and peace, my friend.
Alright, so acquired a map detailing the Merchant King's guards positions. That's cool. I don't really need that information, I guess. I normally just kill the guards anyway. But that would be nice. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned something about Hitman and how I'm bad at stealth games. Yeah, so I picked up Hitman 2 and Hitman Contracts, I think. Yeah, it was Contracts from my local pop. I'm going to keep calling him that because I don't know if I can really say their store location's name out loud. But yeah, so I'm a local mom and pop shop. I found them and I was like, alright, cool, they're like $3 each. That's awesome. I'll pick them up. I started playing them. Or rather, I started playing 2. And I realized rather quickly that I'm horrible at stealth games. Like, super bad, like, at stealth games. Like, I'm playing on, I think it's called normal. And, like, it's like the easiest thing that you get, and it's like, I suck at it.
Peace be upon you, Altair. How may I serve you? I've done as asked and learned all I need to know about my prey. Then you must share your knowledge with me. Abu'l Nuqoud is corrupt to the core and despised by his own citizens as a result. It appears he's been stealing money meant for the people of Damascus and spending it on himself. Even as we speak, he flaunts his greed, preparing for a lavish party. His guards and servants should have their hands full dealing with the guests. They won't even know I'm there.
Most impressive, my friend. The others said you'd make a mess of things, but not I. No, I was sure you'd come through, and come through you have. The Bureau is yours to do with as you please until you're ready to begin.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent.
Yeah, just keep in mind that you have to manually pick up the feathers. It's not part of the cutscene. It's something that it's an action that you got to take each and every time. So now we're gonna go find a bull, and we're gonna see what this Merchant King is all about. and see how easy it is to kill this man. Now, to me, this guy is one of the more memorable guys. I know I mentioned that a few times. But, like, honestly, like, his actions are just really fucking cruel. I know we just killed, like, a slaver, but whatever, you know? The guy himself ran away, and then I killed him. Like, he was, like, a master marksman, you know? Like, I kind of wish he fought or something. It'd be a little more memorable to me. Personally, I don't know. But, yeah, was it Abu'l is ruthless, man. Like, he's a dickhead. Really memorable guy. Like, really memorable character. So yeah, we're gonna walk into the Merchant King's super big palace, and by that I mean just scale over the fence, because going through the guards is a no-go. I don't want to do that. And then there should be another way in around here somewhere. Yep. Alrighty, let's see.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Please eat, drink, enjoy all the pleasures I have to offer. Take your time, I will wait. I trust everything is to your satisfaction. Good, good. It pleases me to see you all so happy. For these are dark days, my friends, and we must enjoy this bounty while we still can. War threatens to consume us all. Salah ad-Din bravely fights for what he believes in, and you are always there to support him without question. It is your generosity that allows his campaign to continue. So, I propose a toast then. To you, my dear friends, who have brought us to where we are today. May you be given everything you deserve for it. Such kindness! I didn't think it in you. You, who have been so quick to judge me, and so cruelly. Oh, do not feign ignorance. Do you take me for a fool? That I have not heard the words you whispered behind my back. Well, I have, and I fear I can never forget. But this is not why I called you here tonight, no. I wish to speak more of this war, and your part in it. You give up your coin quick as can be, knowing all too well it buys the deaths of thousands. You don't even know why we fight. The sanctity of the Holy Land, you'll say, or the evil inclination of our enemies. But these are lies you tell yourselves. No, all this suffering is born of fear and hate. It bothers you that they are different, just as it bothers you that I am different. Compassion, mercy, tolerance. These words mean nothing to any of you. Mean nothing to those infidel invaders who ravage our land in search of gold and glory. And so I say, enough! I've pledged myself to another cause. One that will bring about a new world in which all people might live side by side in peace. A pity none of you will live to see it. Kill anyone who tries to escape.
Alrighty. See what I mean by like how memorable he is? Like it feels like he is just like overthinking like the people. Like I can't tell if like the people actually like speak shit about him or whatever. Like that's just all in his head. Now that this door is open, we can just run through here and chase after Abu'l. And this guy can run, man. I know the other dude like we can chase or whatever. But, like this guy actually runs relatively hard. Like I don't think I've ever killed him quickly compared to like Talal, you know. Like Abu'l's always been like a good chase. But he's a quick kill.
Be at peace now. Their words can no longer do harm.
Why have you done this?
You stole money from those you claim to lead, sent it away for some unknown purpose. I want to know where it's gone and why.
Look at me. My very nature is an affront to the people I ruled. And these noble robes did little more than to muffle their shouts of hate.
So this is about vengeance, then?
No, not vengeance, but my conscience. How could I finance a war in service to the same god that calls me an abomination?
If you do not serve Salah ad-Din's cause, then whose?
In time, you'll come to know them. I think perhaps you already do.
Then why hide? And why these dark deeds?
Is it so different from your own work? You take the lives of men and women, strong in the conviction that their deaths will improve the lots of those left behind. A minor evil for a greater good? We are the same.
No, we are nothing alike.
Ah, but I see it in your eyes. You doubt. You cannot stop us. We will have our new world.
Interesting. So is he like how's he an abomination? Just like curious. I don't really know. It seems like I feel like they're hinting towards something. I don't know. I'm trying to read up real quick on him. I can't tell if like that's like nudging that he's gay or something. I'm not really sure. He's like I can't tell like why he would whatever. Whatever. So it says here, could not bring himself to support a war for a god who labeled him an abomination. I don't know what that means. Like I don't know why he thinks. I'm assuming he's Muslim. So Allah. So like I'm assuming like I don't know why he thinks Allah believes that he himself is an abomination. Like I don't know what he means. Is it because he's fat? Like I don't know. I have no idea. Curious though. Marked severe acne. Interesting. Alright, whatever. So we're gonna kill these guards like I normally do, and we're just gonna attempt to frame them up so that I can get something interesting to happen when they fall over. But it seems like my timing is off in killing these guys, so I'm gonna see if maybe I just pushed that guy right off the edge. That's unfortunate. Maybe he like thought he was ugly or something, like super ugly. Maybe that's what Abu'l was afraid of. That's probably why he thinks he's whatever. Yeah, so okay, so it says here on the fandom that it's inferred that Abu'l was homosexual, so yeah, apparently that's one of the things. Interesting. I'll have to do some more information, research, probably. I'm gonna probably read a wiki or something. But yeah. I don't really know what they're inferring with that. I mean, I kind of assumed that he was gay or something. And like, why else would he think his god thinks he's an abomination? I don't know. Whatever. That's just a weird thing to notice in a video. But yeah, so we're gonna try. Oh wow, that guy's arm is bending in some weird fucking positions right now. That last guy I killed, not this guy, but the guy before him, like his arm is all crooked and shit. That's weird. This is like a good, healthy sample of guards just blocking the door when they fall. I can't wait to see how this one ends up. I don't remember, but I hope it's fun. I really hope it's fun. I think now I'm like, yeah, I have a good sample size. I'm just gonna end it. Alrighty, here we go. Oh wait. Last one, and come on, just fucking die. God damn it. Jeez, this guy's annoying. He was. Oh, did I run out of that? No, I didn't have those. Why am I punching? Alright, that was weird. He started punching. I could have sworn I picked the dagger. So yeah, that's another thing. I mentioned earlier about how some of the enemies are kind of hard to hit. Especially if they're like combo and stuff. If they do their combo kills, and they do like 3 to 4 hits, like they're gonna do a lot of damage. Nah, that was boring. Right? That was only like a few ragdolls in there. I mean, it's funny to see like 6 guys dead in here, though.
Word has reached me of your success, Altair. Abu'l Nuqoud's reign of terror is at an end. I'm glad to hear it. He killed them. The men and women at his party. It was poison. A coward's tool. Blamed them for the war. Said he wished to end it. Strange, but then again, the Merchant King was known to be a bit different. Perhaps this was simply a symptom of his madness. Perhaps. You sound unconvinced. Speak with Al-Mualim then. He may offer a better explanation. Yes, we'll see what he has to say.
Fast forwarding memory.
And with that, guys, I will see you in the next video. I'm going to be heading out to Messiah and then going on to Acker. Have a great rest of the video, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, see you guys. Bye.